Hello everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel Stories and Lessons in Life. Today I will share with you meaningful quotes about life that everyone should hear once in their life. As we know, this life is always fair. It does not give anything to anyone for free and does not accidentally take anything from anyone without compensation or payment. Life has things that must be experienced to mature. There are pains that must be felt to be understood. Meaningful quotes about love and life. Containing inside are so many meanings and philosophies about life. It only takes you a little time to listen and feel, but they can change your life. Help you realize the truth of life. Give you positive views on life and live happier, more peaceful. And now I invite you to listen. 1. The biggest mistake in life is to use health to exchange for material things. The biggest tragedy in life is to use life to exchange for troubles, and the biggest waste in life is to use life to solve problems created by oneself. 2. Although it is very bitter, the truth is, no matter how big or spacious a house is, it is only a temporary place to live. A ceramic coffin is the eternal home of all of us. Therefore, a big house is not as good as a big heart. An open mind. A peaceful appearance is not as good as a peaceful heart. 3. Pessimists always see difficulties in every opportunity. Optimists always see opportunities in every difficulty. Every vision, every idea you wish for can become a reality, as long as you commit and try to act in every way. You can't just imagine and wait for a fairy to appear and make everything come true. Attitude is an important factor that determines your life. As long as you change your attitude to a positive one, your life will be filled with joy and happiness. This good saying is always true in our daily life. Wishing you much peace in life. 4. When the spirit tends to calm down, the spirit becomes more eternal. Reduce. Suppress desire a little lower. Push reason up. You and we will feel. Peace is happiness. Refreshment. Freshness is fortune, and a pure heart without any desire is longevity. 5. Money can hardly buy health, but health will be enhanced by money. Money can hardly buy happiness, but to have happiness, you must have health. The happiness of a person's life does not lie in fame and fortune, but comes from health. A healthy body is not determined by money, but by the movement of each person. 6. People who make excuses, use reasons for not having time to exercise will sooner or later have to spend time to get treatment. 7. Happiness is a magical medicine that helps people live long. Hard work is the elixir that helps health to be strong and resilient. Exercise is an investment in health. Longevity is the reward after the days and months we spend to train our bodies. 8. The value of eating and drinking lies in knowing how to abstain. The value of reading is knowing how to choose good books to read. The value of exercising lies in maintaining it for a long time. 9. You have 2 ways to change your life from now: start positive actions and stop negative actions immediately. 10. Smile. No need to invest capital, but it can create something. Praise. Know how to praise beauty without using money, but still create 1,000 pounds of strength. Sharing costs nothing, but can multiply joy many times. 11. You are the most important person to yourself. Happiness is when you feel satisfied with yourself without needing approval from someone. You have to treat yourself well before you want to have a good relationship with others. You have to see yourself as valuable to be confident in the eyes of others. 12. Career does not need to be earth-shattering. Having achievements is enough. Money does not need to be excessive. It can be used for a lifetime. Just enough is enough. Friends do not need to be inseparable. Remembering and thinking about each other is enough. Children do not need to be many or few. Filial piety is enough. Life expectancy does not need to exceed 100. Living healthily every day is enough. 13. Life is like a train moving on the rails. You are never allowed to turn back. You can only move forward. 14. The road to success is never straight. You have to pay the price of many wrong turns before you can choose the most correct path. You have to fail many times to reach success. 15. Time is gone and never comes back. Human life is too short. When we get old, we clearly realize that a day that has passed will never come back. So from now on, live happily every day, so that each day becomes more meaningful. 16. Everything can be bad, but the mood cannot be bad. Anything can be lacking, but confidence cannot be lacking. Anything can be not needed, but happiness is a must. Everything can be forgotten, but physical training cannot be forgotten. 17. Treat yourself well. Happiness is incomparable. Treat others well. Joy is incomparable. Treat life well. Health will be incomparable. 18. 4 golden principles in life. Be honest when poor, simple when rich, polite when in power, silent when angry. 19. Worrying is the most useless thing in the world. It is like holding an umbrella and running around waiting for the rain to fall. 20. Don't confuse my personality with my attitude. My personality is who I am, and my attitude depends on who you are. 21. Time and experience will heal all wounds. You need to understand that no matter how painful a sad story in life is, one day it will be just a very small part of your past, and it is not as serious as you think now. 22. Without health, intelligence, culture, and ability will be difficult to show, and knowledge will not have the opportunity to be used. 23. Human life does not depend on how long or short you live, but on how soon or late you awaken. Life is not used to correct others right or wrong, but to live a colorful life of our own. 24. The person who is hated does not suffer. The person who hates others suffers serious damage. Therefore, you should absolutely not hate others and end up harming yourself. 25. If someone insults or curses you, there is no need to turn around to see who that person is. Think deeply about it. Suppose a mad dog bites you. Do you also need to lower yourself to the ground just to bite it back? 26. Don't argue with a fool. Otherwise you will never know who is the fool. 27. Education is a bronze medal. Ability is a silver medal. Fate. Human social relationships are gold medals, and thinking is above all the above medals. 28. Successful people do not win at the starting point, but win at the turning points. 29. Behind every beautiful life is a lot of suffering. You are human, so you cannot be perfect. Even if you are hurt, you still survive. Think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to pursue the things you love. Sometimes there is sadness along the way, but there is also much joy. We must continue to move forward even when we are hurting, because we never know what is waiting for us. 30. Expressing anger on the outside is called instinct. Suppressing anger inside is called courage. 31. There are 2 types of money when it is spent. It is money. It is property. If you don't spend it all, it's paper. It's legacy. 32. Being pretty, handsome but not knowing it yourself. That's temperament. Having money, talent but not knowing it from others. That's cultivation. 33. Fate is a book. If you flip through it without paying attention, it will be skimmed. Reading it too attentively will make people cry. 34. Be grateful to the person who tells you your shortcomings. Only the person who tells you your shortcomings sincerely is the one who treats you well. 35. Don't lie because telling one lie requires making up 10 more lies to make up for it. Do you have to suffer like that? 36. A person's actions speak the truth. In your life, you will meet many people. They may say nice words, but in the end, only their actions will speak who they are. So pay attention to what people do. Their actions will tell you everything you need to know. What you cannot achieve, you will always think it is beautiful, because you understand it too little. You do not have time to spend with it. But then one day when you understand deeply, you will discover that it is not as beautiful as you imagined. 38. A high position is not as good as great intelligence. Great intelligence is not as good as high salary. High salary is not as good as longevity. Longevity is not as good as happiness. Do not fear low treatment. Only fear short life. Do not fear earning little money. Only fear leaving too early. Not asking is precious. Few illnesses are longevity. Enough is wealth. No desire is blessing, and gratitude is joy. Life without love is like a desert. When you give roses to others, your hands will automatically be fragrant. You need to understand that loving others is actually loving yourself. Let love be like the afternoon sunlight warming each person's heart. 41. Happiness or joy does not come naturally. Nothing is in the palm of your hand. Happiness will not come knocking on your door. Joy does not come naturally. Happiness must be achieved with effort. Joy must always be sought without stopping. Happiness and joy must be felt with the heart. Whether you can feel it or not depends on yourself. Joy always goes with tolerant people. Wealth always goes with trustworthy people. Wisdom always goes with noble people. Charm always appears with humorous people, and health always comes to those who are cheerful and open-hearted. Revenge cannot dissolve hatred. Only tolerance and forgiveness can do that. Try to make your own life peaceful. The past is history. The future is a miracle. And the present is a gift of life. That's why we call it a precious gift. A person who is willing to pursue everything for you does not necessarily truly love you, because what that person pursues does not necessarily belong to you. A person who is willing to give up everything for you is the person who truly loves you, because the things that person throws away are the most practical things that are closely related to that person's life. 45. No matter how much money you have, when you die, it will be gone. Don't take money too seriously, and don't be too calculating. Money is just like an external thing. No matter how rich or wealthy you are, you can't take it with you when you die. If someone needs your help, helping them wholeheartedly is also a joy. If money can buy health and joy, why not do it? Spending money helps you understand that money can be earned and can also be spent. Use it to help yourself and others. 46. Perhaps you need to go through youth to understand how selfish youth is. Sometimes I think the reason why love needs to go in such a big circle, to pay such a high price, is because it comes at the wrong time. When we have love, we lack wisdom. By the time we have enough wisdom, we no longer have the strength to love a pure love. 47. Life is not a movie. There are not that many times of meeting unexpectedly. 49. Happiness is not having everything you want, but cherishing what you have. 50. Any attack should not become an excuse for you to fall. You cannot change the world, but you can change yourself. What you need to do is choose the right path and persevere to move forward. 51. Health is yours forever. Money, children, power are temporary. Glory is of the past, but health will always be yours. 52. Don't try to get into a world you can't enter. Make things difficult for others. Ruin yourself. Why bother? 53. Sometimes, when you accidentally know some things, you will discover that the things you care about are so ridiculous. 54. Who is not deceitful? Who is not easily changed? No one belongs to anyone. Why do you have to consider some people? Some things so important. 55. Love, friendship, is not a lifetime without arguing, but arguing and still being able to be together for a lifetime. 56. To believe you can do something is to be halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. 57. There are no hopeless situations, only desperate people. 58. Going against the crowd means you are either extremely intelligent or extremely stupid. 59. When all else is lost, the future still remains. 60. Paying attention makes you think about random things. Not paying attention, not even thinking about it. 61. Not listening or asking does not necessarily mean forgetting, but it definitely means being distant. Both of them were silent for too long. Even taking the initiative required courage. 62. Don't use harsh words to hurt the person you love at the worst moment. 63. Accept the truth that no one is perfect. This is the truth of all truths. No matter how great or wonderful the person you admire is, they are still human after all. And as humans, Everyone has shortcomings, more or less, in one way or another. 64. There are times when there is no next time, no chance to start over. There are times when, if you miss the present, there will never be another chance. 65. Use a willing attitude to live a peaceful life. 66. All problems are your own problems. 67. Sometimes, we clearly forgive others, but we cannot be truly happy. That is because we forget to forgive ourselves. 68. There is birth and death, but as long as you are still in this world, you must live in the best way. There may be no love, no branded goods, but you cannot not be happy. 69. The sacrifices of today will be rewarded tomorrow. When it comes to working hard to achieve a certain desire, such as graduating from university, building a career, or achieving a certain achievement that requires time and determination, I want to ask you one thing. Are you willing to live a life different from everyone else? 70. How good they are is not important, because those things belong to them. How good they are to you is important, because those things belong to you. 71. What is not needed, no matter how good, is trash. 72. If you are not blind, do not use your ears to understand me. 73. The real advantage is not how many people you know, but when you are in trouble, how many people know you. 74. Those things that don't need to be explained, the moment you say them, you've lost. 75. The troubles in life are summarized in 12 words: can't let go, can't think clearly, can't see through, can't forget. 76. Say sorry to yourself, because in the past years you haven't learned to love yourself. 77. Don't try too hard to guess what other people think. If you don't judge correctly with wisdom and experience, it's normal to make mistakes. 78. Your life is not from the moment you're born until the moment you die. Your life is from the moment you breathe until the next breath. The present right here and right now is your life. So, enjoy every moment with kindness and peace, without fear or regret. 79. The formula for a happy family: love, respect each other, know how to care and share, understand and tolerate equals happy family. 80. When people are still alive, they think they have a lot of time, many opportunities. In fact, life is subtraction. Meet each other once, less than once. 81. What people think of you has nothing to do with you. How you live has nothing to do with others. 82. How much does dignity cost per pound? Why do we have to care about other people's opinions? 83. One day you will understand that being kind is much harder than being smart. Being smart is a kind of inborn talent, while being kind is a choice. 84. In life, the most difficult period is not when no one understands you, but when you don't understand yourself. 85. Life is so short. Don't spend even a minute on people or things that make you sad. 86. In fact, people are always contrary. You don't want the person who loves you and pampers you. You pursue the person who is cold and indifferent to you. In the end, the one who is hurt the most is yourself. 87. Always have a happy attitude. Life is always fair. Knowing enough is always happy. Doing good deeds. Taking helping others as joy. Nurturing your own interests. You will have a more colorful life. Use a calm attitude to face everything. Only then will you always be happy and healthy. 88. In fact, people who smile often always need others to love. 89. In this life, only you understand yourself best. Not your mother, not your lover, not your best friend, not the fortune teller, but you. So be sober before suffering and gentle before happiness. Happiness and suffering are only in your mind. 90. The measure of life is not time but dedication. 91. Courage is not being afraid, but being afraid but still doing it. 92. Everyone has their own way of living. We do not need to admire the lives of others. There are people who smile brightly on the outside but hide many tears. And there are people who look miserable but are actually living a very comfortable life. 93. Smart people are those who can hide their intelligence. 94. Many of the things we desire to have come at a high price. But the truth is, what really makes us happy is completely free, that is love, laughter and moments of diligently pursuing our passion. 95. Simple and ordinary is the truth. High-ranking officials enjoy benefits. But ordinary people make up the majority. The minority is not necessarily happy. So the majority does not need to be self-conscious. Humans are inherently not distinguished by high or low, noble or humble. As long as they strive for their career, it is considered as having made a contribution. Moreover, after middle age, aren't they almost back to nature? Everyone is the same. In fact, being a high-ranking official is not as good as having a lot of money. Having a lot of money is not as good as living long. Living long is not as good as being happy. Happy is not as good as being happy. 96. Don't look at appearances. They can deceive you. Don't look at wealth. They can fade away. Go to someone who makes you smile. Because only a smile can turn a sad day into a happy one. 97. A careless word can cause discord. A cruel word can ruin a life. A timely word can relieve stress. A loving word can bring happiness. 98. Always put yourself in someone else's shoes. If it hurts you, it probably hurts the other person too. 99. Don't lower your self-worth by comparing yourself with others. That's because each of us is a completely different person. We are independent individuals with our own talents. 100. Don't avoid the responsibility of solving problems. Look straight at the difficulties and try to overcome them. Everyone knows that to do this is really not easy. It's hard to face difficulties with a calm and composed mind. But the truth is that when facing difficulties, only by calmly facing them can the problem be solved. While avoiding them will only waste more time and worry for yourself. 101. Don't let life slip through your fingers by dwelling on the past or daydreaming about the future. Enjoy life in every moment, and you will feel that each day is complete. 102. Your friends will not need your explanations, and your enemies will not believe you no matter how much you explain. Just do what you know in your heart is right. 103. The rich are not those who have much, but those who give much. 104. Maturity is not when we talk about big things, but when we understand small things. 105. Success is not never failing, but knowing how to stand up after each fall. 106. Great love is not loving many people, but loving one person for the rest of your life. 107. Rice should be eaten piece by piece. Work should be done part by part. Nothing can be solved at once, but everything needs a process of spreading the carpet. Don't spend all day chasing after things, but live a truly leisurely and carefree life. 108. Don't try to be someone you're not. There is one thing that people always do, which is to always look at others and admire them and wish they could be them. Someone who is more beautiful, intelligent, young, successful than you, but the truth is that they are not you. Don't always wish to be someone else. Be yourself and try your best to be a good, honest, sincere, tolerant person. Then you will also become an admirable person in the eyes of others. 109. Don't be too calm and walk slowly, because at crucial moments, you still need to let yourself shine, to add a colorful highlight to the calm days. 110. No matter what situation, there are two sides. Sometimes right or wrong is not important. What you think is wrong, but others may see it as right. What you strive to achieve may very well be what others want to let go of. 111. Sitting in a luxurious place with strangers. It is better to stay at home drinking tea with a soulmate. 112. Being separated from family is a pain that cuts the skin and flesh. Being a little indifferent, a little tolerant will make your heart more open, more gentle, and warmer. 113. Don't deceive yourself. Don't be deluded to deceive yourself. Use an accurate eye to look at yourself. People who always deceive themselves will find it difficult to recognize their abilities and positions. If you want to meet good opportunities, start by being sincere with yourself. 114. Persisting in things that are not worth persevering in will cause you to regret later. But ignoring things that should not be ignored will cause you to regret immediately. 115. Status or fame is just like an empty bottle. The foundation of cultivation and morality is the wine contained in the bottle. Whether the bottle is filled with fine wine or just plain water, it all depends on your mind. 116. When your career is successful, you need to cherish your health. When your career is not successful, you need to make yourself even healthier. 117. A leisurely life does not need to be rushed. Leisure is a kind of wisdom. 118. Having wisdom means having the ability to control yourself. Otherwise, knowing too much will harm you. Being aware and alert is important, but without the ability to make decisions, that knowledge is useless. 119. Don't waste your time on the wrong person. Life is very short, so don't waste your precious days on the wrong person. If others need you, they will give you some space. Many times, we don't need to struggle in pain, but instead choose to let go. Remember, good friends are those who always appear by your side when you need them. Those who come to make friends when you are at your peak are not necessarily true friends. 120. Love is something that can never be forgotten, but you can always give up. As for true love, you don't need to remember it, but you can always live naturally with it. So there is no problem of forgetting or giving up. 121. Loneliness is not when you are alone, but when you are in the crowd but still feel lonely. 122. And the most painful. 123. The most foolish thing is not failure, but not daring to try. 124. The coldest place is not the North Pole, but a place without human love. 125. Don't be too stubborn to argue. There are many people who do not realize that they are also wrong, but always hope that they are always right. In fact, they do not know that this is very dangerous in relationships with others. In addition, it also brings us and others great pressure and suffering. Therefore, when you want to bury your head in arguing right and wrong, ask yourself if doing so is really good. Does it really benefit both you and others? 126. Don't keep blaming yourself for your mistakes. You may love the wrong person or cry over things that are not worth it. But one thing is to forgive yourself. Don't keep looking at your mistakes and then blame yourself, because those mistakes, at least they help you avoid them the next time you encounter them, thereby helping you grow up. Remember, every mistake today will be an experience in the future to help you improve yourself. Instead of always blaming yourself, why not fix it? 127. I tell myself that I need to live honestly, no matter how others look at me. Even if the whole world denies me, I still have myself to believe in. I tell myself that I need to live happily, without thinking about whether anyone is paying attention to me or not, because a person can also live a beautiful life. I tell myself that when I am sad, I can cry until my face is dirty, but after those moments, I need to raise my head and smile beautifully. 128. Life is a book with countless words. Each person has their own way of reading it. Life is a question with many answers. Each person has their own answer. Life is a cup of tea. Each person has their own way of enjoying it. When you are not happy, tell yourself that all of everything is to make life more comfortable, more fun, happier. 129. Don't live in the past. If a person keeps immersing himself in the ghost of the past, then that person will have no way to start a new life. This life is not all joy and happiness, but mixed with sadness and pain. But no matter what life is like, live for yourself and your loved ones. Follow your dreams. Do the job you love. Life is not giving up. Happiness does not have a standard answer. Joy does not come from just one path. Take back the admiring gaze of others and look back at your soul. Living the life you want is the most beautiful days. The way you want to live is the best way to live. Meaningful quotes about life will help you realize the truth of life, bring a more positive outlook, and help you live happier and more peaceful every day. Thank you for listening. If you find the video useful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel Stories and Life Lessons to not miss the next meaningful content.